Hello everybody, this is Sonya. Now we're on here today because I'm doing some work on this. I'm just going to show you a few things that I'm doing today. I was wanting to do a bit of beading, so I'm looking, at putting it on here. So when we were on here the other day, I put that piece on there, and I thought it was very much over the top, so I added those beads, and I think it looks really good. This one here, I'm going to put these beads around here. See what I had there to start with, and then I'm putting these beads on it. Maybe I can just bring this down a little bit so you can see what we're doing. These little faces here was part of something that I wanted to do this morning. I went and lost the something. Day hasn't been too great for me so far. I hope it improves a bit. But anyway, so it's raining here, really bad, horrible weather, and when it just seems to, So anyway, I've got these pearly beads and the pink ones going over that because I think that looks really good. Love that. Now, I need to say that I've closed my Etsy store because if I do, I have a bit of stuff that I've been making to put in there, but I can't because I wouldn't be able to send it out because I'm not going anywhere until after I've been vaccinated twice, and I've had both of my shots, and I can't go out to the post office and I can't get anybody to do it for me, so I can't very well put stuff in there at the moment, so I hope that's okay. I will hopefully be able to put a few things up maybe in November or something, I'm hoping, unless something happens that I can get my vaccination before then, but I doubt that because, today they're doing it up at the top of town, it's called the top of town because it's up there on the hill, and there's a big sporting oval up there, and it's really bad day, but all them people have to stand in line, but I can't do that, so I can't stand in line, so I'm going to have to just wait for my appointment at the doctor's because she was really booked out, when I tried to get in there. Now this is going up over the top of this here. Right, I'm putting it down in there, so just putting on two pearly beads and a pink one. Okay, so I'll come up in under here. Yeah, so I had to close that because I thought, I was in bed last night and I said, Jimmy, I was going to put a lot of stuff in there on Wednesday, and I said to him, I can't do that because I got to go and post it if I sell it. When I sell it, I've got to be positive about this. Anyway, and I couldn't, so I only had a few things in there, so I just took them out, and we'll come back at the... I know this is, it won't be finished because it won't ever be over, but I'll be able to go, hopefully, as long as I keep myself protected anyway, even if I've had my 2 shots. Okay? Now, I made a video yesterday, and I made one the day before, but you won't be seeing them because I took both of them off, because both of them, I mucked them up really bad, and I thought, I can't put those up there. I don't want people to see that I'm messy. Okay, well, it's just that when I did the thing I did yesterday, I was going really good until it all went there in a handbasket. I just couldn't do it. I'm sorry, I could not put that up, so I decided I thought I'd better have a rest from this. But today, I really, really was keen to get back in here, had something organised, took this morning and I printed things off and did a lot of stuff, and took me a few hours to get organised because it does. You got to go find things, and stuff like that. And I did that and come in here, can't find what I was going to show you that we're going to make. So I thought, well, I'll try and do some beading and see if I can do that. Okay, so hopefully this is going to be good. Me and hubby, we rounded. My eldest daughter's gone up there today to see if she can get her first vaccination. So I hope she can, because she gets really sick, and she always has done, from she was little. She has a lot of She's got tonsillitis and that really bad. They took them out and that didn't seem to make any difference really. She still gets anything going she can get. Oh, look at that, I've got ink on me. Oh dear. Well, I'm sorry about that. I'm going to have to clean that off. Where's my wipe thing? I had a bit of a mishap. I was, we were printing off things on fabric and hubby accidentally put it upside down. So all the ink and the printing went onto the wrong side. And all I had to do then was just wipe that off and then I put it back through. It had a little bit of ink on there. Hope I didn't get any of that on my piece of embroidery. I might be very happy. Don't think I did. I just seen there. I've got that off now, hopefully. That's gone. Right. Now, so anyway, so the room's going to be a bit more done to that. I've been doing bit at a time. But you know what? I was feeling really good because the weather was good. You know, there was nice. I wasn't out there in it, but I would have liked to have been. The pearls go on first in the pink one. Would have liked to have been out there in it. And I will be. I'm going to have to. I think I might just have to go outside and get on my scooter and drive around the house or something. I don't know. But I don't know about anybody else, but, you know, when the weather's cold and miserable, you don't want to, I don't know, your body just doesn't feel like it. And the other day it was so warm in here, I got up and I worked really flat out doing this room. I was really pleased with myself. Then the next day I did more. Now, we're going back into that, I don't know. But I will do some sewing. I will do a bit of sewing because that makes you feel better. That's nice, isn't it? I do like that. Don't you think that looks really cool? Okay, I don't know what I'm going to put in the middle yet. Could leave it like it is. Don't know. We'll see what happens. I might just have to do that other project without even seeing that thing that I was going to show. I was going to show you what I was going to make and then I was going to make it, but maybe we can just do it anyway when I get round to it. If I can, but on here we're going to do some more work on this so you can see how things go, okay? Now, that's pretty cool, isn't it? I don't mind that at all. Sitting in the middle of there. I'm quite keen to put more beads on though. I've got to think about wanting to do more beading. Might do some along here. That's got to have a bit going along there. I'm going to put that there because that looks really cool sitting there, doesn't it? It does. I'll have that. That was a good, easy decision, Sonya. Righto. Now, let me see. Just going to sew it on there. Am I going to put something? Maybe I should put it to the side a bit so it's not fair in the middle. Put it over that way a bit. And then maybe there'll be something else can go there. I ordered myself some... Now, I made this because I wanted this to go on the other piece. So while I'll put this on first and then I'll go to the other piece, okay? The other piece of embroidery and show you what we can do with that. We'll put this on first. Now, I had the real cotton. Don't tell me it's going to be like this other thing. I had it and I put it here. Just there, fair there was. Did you see it? Anybody see that? Here it is. I'm just going to sew this piece here on. Okay. I hope these are all staying safe. It's getting worse here now. I mean, when I say that, because it's only a very small place compared with other towns and that, there's only, like, we've only got about 11 to 15,000 people here, and the rest are around the town sort of thing in small little towns and stuff like that. And we've got now, I think, 7 cases here, and people wanting to know who they are. And the mayor got on there on Facebook today and told them to stop it with the witch hunting. And why would they be doing that? Why would they be wanting to know? It's just not nice. They can't do that. The poor people who got that, it's not their fault. You know, I don't think it is at any rate. It's not their fault, and they shouldn't be doing that. Look, trying to find out who they are. They must be after them, and that's not good. That's really bad. People are not nice, are they? I'm sad for whoever it is, you know. My sister-in-law had a massive heart attack last night, so that's another thing that we got to think about, you know. They said that, well, my brother-in-law rang last night and he said that, you know, they weren't, he said some stents put in, but they couldn't get a heart rate regulate and stuff like that, so he was going to ring back and let us know how things were going, but he can't even go see her because they live up the coast where was all shut down and that, and he can't go in and see her, and that's really terrible. So, and the daughter and the father, they're sort of just waiting to see how she goes, so I hope she be's okay. I wonder what that was. It's a rain dribbling off the trees up there, or the gutter. I can hear it dribbling down there. Mouthful of water. Okay. So that one we're going to just put to the side for a minute because I wanted to put this other one onto here. And I don't know, I never really had a look at it to see what I thought about the colour, but I think the colour goes good. Yes, I'm impressed with that. Now I don't know what people would think about that being on here, but you know, it's your own thing. Maybe I won't put it on there, but I'll show you how to make one. I'll show you that stitch, knit this. I'll show you a bit of knitting, if you want to see. I might put that on a pin and then put it there. What do you reckon? Some pins. These are just plain ordinary pins, or you know, just plain ordinary pin. Yeah, I don't think I'll cast off. I'll just leave it like that. Be more interest if it's like if it's got its stitches on. Okay. And we're there nearly. Come on, go through the last one. So, whoops. It's kind of sort of a little bit squishy, but not too bad. Like it fits on there, right? Look. And then I want to put that on there. And you could put that onto your slow stitching anyway, or anything you're doing. Oh, where's the scissors? Where's the scissors? I have scissors in here everywhere, but till I go to look for them, then there's none. I've got these pairs, I'll have a go at those. And I suppose everybody knows how to knit. Well, if you don't, I'll show you how to do that. That there, I can put a couple of stitches in and hold that down. Keep those little tails on there for fun. I've got a little tiny bit of thread on here, and I'm just going to use it to stitch this on because I don't really want to see the thread that much in it. I'm going to come up through the back here, and hopefully it won't go, if I don't pull it, it won't go right through, but you can't see it now either, so that's good. I stitch this on here. I was going to make this into a pocket, and you can do that. You can probably make it into a pocket, but you might have to end it off. Wait a minute, don't unthread. I did, I unthreaded it. I'd rather do crochet knitting, but I'm not really that interested in crochet anything, so I don't want a crocheted flower, I suppose. But I just don't feel the urge to do any crocheting at the moment. Now this will make a good brooch, if you want to put a brooch back behind it. But you probably wouldn't need a safety pin, but you could have. It doesn't matter. There's just no rules whatsoever. I don't know whether to cut them strings shorter or what. It's hanging in the road there. Okay, so we'll do that. And we haven't even looked at the time. Righto. Now I'll have to cut these off a bit further. Just leave a little tail. It's better. Now that's an embellishment, isn't it? You can stick that in your journal too. I'll show you how to knit this. We'll do a bit anyway, we might do the whole thing. So I've got these really, really, really tiny needles that I bought when I was making the beaded bags. And they were too long because, when I was sitting down and it was racking me in the arm. Plus I've got these little balls of wool. Actually, they're not wool, they're cotton. But you can use crochet thread, and I might do that with this one. The cotton looks really good. I've got a lot of those little balls of cotton. But the crochet thread will work too. It'll look really nice as a thing. Now, when I'm doing mine, I just put a slip knot in mine, because that's just how I do mine, and I don't knit the way that people do in other countries because I can't do it like that. I have to do this with... I'll just move things from behind the background part so you can see what we're doing. Okay. I think I learnt to knit when I was only wee. I was only tiny and wee. I learnt knitting when I was a small child. Crocheting when I was 14. Okay, so to cast on, I've learned over the years what suits me best. So I just go in there, get the first one through. Oh man, come on. Hope you can see what's going on here. Now, I'm not a real fan of these sticks, these needles, because of the metal. I'd rather use the plastic ones. So I go through both pieces. I go under both of them because I find that it leaves your bottom piece nice and level. You're knitting. People do it other ways. I can't do this where they just lift that round without moving their hand off there, because I've been lifting my hand off there for, well, probably 60 years or whatever. So it's not if I started when I was about 6, I suppose, maybe 10, maybe. So that's 56 years. So there you go. And if I've been knitting like that for all that time, I can't. It's too hard. Well, I could change it, but you know what? I just don't feel like it. I might even make a little scarf out of this one. What do you reckon? That'd look cool, wouldn't it? So you get a really nice edge if you knit them on like that. So you just go through the two pieces of it. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to do 8 stitches, and then I'm going to make a scarf. Okay, it's a long piece. It'll be a long piece of knitting. So I just do plain. You just go through the front, wrap that round, put back through there. Okay. Now I reckon that I've taught some children how to do this. And what you do is you sit on a chair, you put the child on the floor in front of you, you hold your hands down over in front of the child and you do this, and you get their hands on top of yours, or you go on top of their hands, and you can teach them how to knit like that. And I think that's just the trick it is, because I've done a few like that. I have another little girl waiting in line. She wants me to teach her how to do it too, because I found that Ellie learnt at school and Peggy can't knit. She can crochet really good, and Ellie can't crochet and Peggy can knit. So there you go. One of them knits, another one crochets when they do. But I taught Peggy to crochet, but Ellie learnt to knit at school. So, but a few other little ones I've taught how to knit, but you do that, and that way it's really easy, because then they can see what's going on, they can feel what's going on, because it's very hard to teach someone how to do this. So I should actually have yours down. This is too thick, just too wide, isn't it? Look, I suppose not. Anyway, let's keep going. And then take that one off, go around there like that and slip that one off. And then like that and slip that one off. Whoop, 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 whoop. Used to knit my own jumpers when I was a teenager. It was okay to wear a jumper then, it is now too. They're back in fashion. One was a yellow one with a polar neck, the other one was a grey. Another one I did was that grey fluffy one that got burnt. Mohair. There's two I remember anyway. It was a long time ago. So this is how you knit, okay? I can show you one more row and then we'll do something else, eh? Through the front, put that round, pull it back in there. You see what I'm doing? Probably not. Through there, and there, go back and over. Through, round, back and round. So it's easy, just lift that off. And try to keep your work at an even tension because you don't want it too tight that you can't get it off the needle. You don't want it too loose either it's falling off. So you need to try and keep it level, even as you go, really, so that it be nice and cosy like that. And I always tend to like to use a smaller needle than what they say. Maybe that's to help me keep it really neat. But anyway, it just depends on what I'm making, and I haven't done anything for years, so I can't really say. I only done little bits. There's no big projects in my life anymore. It's just too much. I look at things and think, oh no, I want to do that. I don't want to do that, it's too hard. Too much work. I like to get something over and done with. But you know me, I don't finish much. Now, I was watching this lady last night. She said it was a good thing to finish things. You must train yourself to finish things. So Sonia's going to have to go into that and train myself to finish stuff, aren't I? I'm going to have to just do it. That's all there is to it. Okay, now I wanted to put some beads on here, but I also wanted to do some more stitches. That there I really like, but I think I'm going to bring it up a bit so you can see it a bit better, So I think I'm going to weave another colour through there. This is nice. I like that. That'll look good, I think, if you can see it. I have these two little things that I like to put on stuff as well. So they are really nice. They're really cool. Do I want to put them on here? Why not? I've got those beads on. See, I haven't finished that one yet, but I will. Well, it looks good, doesn't it? I do think so. I like it. Put my little knit in there so I don't lose it. It'll only be in the room somewhere. We don't have to worry. It'll definitely only be in the room somewhere. So let's do a bit of this. Okay. My voice is very raspy this morning. I do have that issue with it, have done all my life. If anybody talks to me early in the morning, they say, "You sick?" I say, "No, it's my voice." I have a very deep, raspy voice as far as I know. I don't know, I suppose I have. Maybe I can sing. Yeah, or not. I don't know. Sure. I think I've been in the choir at school, but I don't think that was... I think everybody was, there wasn't something that you did if you could sing. We all had to sing. Singing one day at a Christmas thing at school, and one of those Christmas beetles got down in me dress, and I was only about 7 or 8, and I'm wiggling and fidgeting around there and trying to get it out of there, and the teacher was smacking me with a stick, trying to keep poking at me to keep me still. that was a day. Well, at night time actually it was. Remember them Christmas beetles? You don't see them around very much anymore. I don't know if they're in other countries, but we don't. We used to have some here. I don't know what happened to them. You see them very, very rarely, but they used to be all over the place once. Especially down my really pretty pink fluffy dress I had Mum made me. Anyway, for the Christmas thing. Oh, what am I going to do now? I can remember that was terrible. It was. She's poking at me with this thing and I'm wiggling around. It wasn't funny at the time. Till the beetle dropped out. I wasn't popular. Doesn't matter. So I've got here, I can go through, I'll do this one first. I'll go under there. What are we going to be able to see it? I suppose you can see it. I've done a very pale piece of work though, haven't I? Doesn't matter, I like it. I'm just going to weave it through this, I think. Well, how about you do that? Go the other. So I've done that. I've woven that through there. Okay, so now I can go over do it with this mauvey colour. I can go and do it over the next lot of stitches because this burlap's good for this. You can just do that across there. Can't see it that plain, can you? I can, and I guess that's what matters because I'm the one doing it, but still I'd rather you see what I'm doing, so I'll have to... I'm just going under and over these threads, putting this in next to what I've got there. So that one goes over there and under there, so they're opposite. No, they're not opposite. I thought they were opposite to what I'd been doing. Probably were when I started out. I might have missed one, did I? Whoop. Not that in there. There we go. Now I need to fasten this down here too, don't I? I'll go back and do another row of this first. Just for fun, I'll go up here a bit further. Now, over, and we go under at that point, at that part. Can't see this very good, can you? I'm sorry about that. I'll stop in a minute and do something else so you can see what I'm doing. Maybe you can see it a bit. So I started watching this new story last night. It's on in Australia on, is it on Stan? It's called, is it Chapel Wait or something? Scary story. So it didn't seem too bad. I don't like a scary story that's all the way through just this, you know, it seems okay. It's got a storyline, good storyline, so it's so far so good, but we'll see what happens. I don't like the ones that have got just all gore and scary through all the way through it. I don't want to watch anything like that. There's probably ghosts and things involved, I'd say, by the way it's starting out, but we'll see what happens. Now that looks nice, that really does. So I've come up here a bit further and I'm going to put this one down along here. Okay. And I don't have to do that with the other bit. And I think I'm going to knit myself something a different colour to put on here. Not the one that I had because he's too... he's gone away from the colours that I've got there a bit, hasn't it? So I might make a lighter one. And that one can go on something else. It's okay to put it on something else. There we go. That looks good. I like that. I'm really pleased that I put that colour in there. It makes it a bit more interesting. Now to fasten all those down, I need to have something coming up along there, don't I? I'm going to end that off. So I talked to the lady at the hospital about, this morning she rang me about wrapping my legs and I told her I wasn't coming out and she said she didn't blame me and that was okay. They were trying not to have people out there unless it was urgent, so I just have to wait until hopefully I can I'll be, until I can get myself organised to get back out there when I'm better. Well, not when I'm better, when I get some, what's the name? I'm going to do some beading. Okay, we're going to put beads. We're going to put beading as we go with our sewing. All right, we're going to sew. We're going to embroider beads on. We're going to do some embroidery and do the beads. Now, I'm going to have to make sure that I've got something that'll go through here and not too. I've got to get the right needle. I've got to get the right needle because I'm going to put beads on it. Actually, I've got beads here that have got a good size hole in them, but I don't want it to be too. Find the beads, then we'll find the string. These are nice, aren't they? Pretty. They're very bright. Oops, does that matter? Does that matter? Really, Sonia? Where are you going to put them? Here. I'm going to put something up the end of there. But I'm going to use an embroidery thread. Oh, look, that's got a really big hole in that, so I'll be able to just use ordinary needle. I won't have to use that bead needle, but I can use something like this maybe. So you test that first to see if it's going to go through there, and it will go through there. So that's good. Do I want that colour? I think that'll be nice colour. Be a nice colour. Or the pale blue. I know it might be wrong blue. It's the same as the. Oh, I have these. Don't think it'll go through here. Oh, look at that. That's a shame. Got green ones there. There's some green ones. And those things. That's nice. Okay, nobody panic. I'll get something sorted here any minute now. I think I'll need a few of those. A few of these. And a couple of those. See what I can put along there. As you can see, I've gone with the green colours. I think the blue's nice, but I haven't got much. Oh, there's still pieces sitting there. Close these up, Sonia. You do not want to find out what happens if you don't. Okay. So I'm going to put these on here. I'll try this way because they're going to go long. Maybe I can just do the little one. So if I'm putting, no, hang on, this colour, yeah, that looks good. I like it. Do you want to come up from the bottom? So come through there. Go here. I'll just take one stitch down first. Okay. Now I'm going to put a bead on, and it'll have to be those big ones because the others are not going to fit. This is not going to fit, I don't think. Yeah, that does, but will the bead go on top of it? I don't think so. These little ones, I think they're too small. Too small. Wait a minute, we'll try this. Yeah, he won't fit. Okay, so let's do, where am I? That one. Don't want it that big. I guess so. You don't have much choice, do you? Let's try it and see. Alright, so we'll thread the bead on. And we'll go along the bottom. And we'll go in here. Up above where we are because we want to be able to see something. And back through there. It's that in there like that. So it's like it's a buttonhole stitch or blanket stitch. I'll tuck that down in so we've got him. So then we can thread another one on. I'll have to get some more out. They're too close together, are they? Let's have a couple of stitches first, eh? Let's do a couple more stitches before we do that. This doesn't look like a flower. Let's undo that bit and do it up the other way. Let's make these stand up instead of laying down. Like that, I think. Where's, I guess I could go with a smaller needle if I could find one. I wonder if I can thread my thread through the, oh yes I can through this thing. I can thread my thread through here. This will do it, because it's open in the middle, this thing. See? And you can put anything through that, it'll fit. It'll all fit through, won't it? Righto, got it. Now, I'm going to put the little beads on now. That's what I'm going to do, put the little beads on. I'll have one little bead, and I'm going to go up through in here, and actually he's got to go on first. What am I thinking about? He's only just fitting over that cotton too, so he's got to go there first. Righto. This piece is annoying, isn't it, that bit that's laying around there? And then we're going to go up in there and come down in here and go over the top of that, okay? Go over the top of that bit of string there. Oh, this is great. I'm not even in the shot. Sorry. Isn't that going to work? This needle's not going to do this. Oh, sugar. Well, there you go. You didn't miss anything because can't get that to go through. Okay, so I've been trying to make my videos more, I don't know. If I make a mistake, I'm sorry. I've been trying to make them so I could just keep going with them. It's not working for me. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to put this thread through here and fasten that piece down, and then I'll come along and I'll sew them on with some bead needles or something, so I can use it. So I'm coming back through here. I've got the pink one on this time, pink thread, because this part here is all sitting out in the way, so we're going to fasten that down, okay? We need to fasten that down, so we can do a very small overcast blanket stitch sort of thing over the top of here. So we just go through there and catch that like that, alright? Just pull it up. Try to keep them at an even space apart. So that's what we got, alright? I just want to make sure I got that piece of netty stuff put down out of the way so it's not in my road. Okay, that one might have been a bit too long. You can push them back up across the top or have them down the front, but they can just go along the edge too. It's just whatever. You can do whatever you like with them. Bits. I'm not liking it though because it keeps jumping out at me. I'm not liking that because it keeps jumping out at me. Come on, down in there. Should have stitched that in there a long time ago. Stop it from. But I didn't do that because you don't want to go around and do just the same thing all the time. I don't anyway. I like to just change it up a bit and do a bit different stuff. Now will I keep going? Oh, I should have done. I shall keep going. Okay, because and that one there's a bit small, but I'm not going to hold that against myself because I can't leave that not stitched. So I've got to stitch this. I was going to stop there, but I've changed my mind. But I need to show you how to do the stitches while you're embedding at the same time. I want to do that, and I will do it. I will. We'll get there. I don't know if I showed you my. I found it the other day. I don't know if I showed you this one here. Well, I would have done. See, this is all beads, but this in the stitches. See, as you're going along, you're threading all your beads on and you're doing your stitches. And that's what that one. There's a bag there that I made a really long time ago, and it's pardon myself. It's my thing now. To be this my thing, so I can have it. I can have it for my thing. Now, where am I? I'm here in the middle. And I don't know why I didn't keep going, because I need to. I'll keep going across here. Hope I've got enough thread. Oh, well, good. I do. Okay. Whoops. Come on. That didn't catch. That didn't catch on there. I'm going to find some beads with some bigger holes in them, and I have got a lot of those. So we'll get on to that. I like to use the seed beads. These are a bit bigger than a seed bead, but they're still nice. And when I get to it, I'll show you. Not a big fan of these little scissors. They work sometimes. I said I don't even know why I put them there, but I did. Oh dear. Have I been on here that long? I better go now. I think this might be turning off. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll be back after. I'll show you a bit more. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Have a good day and be safe. Bye-bye.